Yo, what is up guys, it's Pedro here, and in today's video I will be reacting to Mel Kiper selecting Derek Stingley Jr. for the Washington Commanders in his mock draft. I'll tell you guys if I like the pick, if I think it's realistic, and much more. I'll also react to another mock draft where Washington lands one of the top players at 11. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content. I'm on the road to 7,500 subscribers, so please help me get there. Also hit that like button and turn on those notifications so you never miss a video. Also go ahead and follow my Twitter, trying to get to 1,000 followers on there. Now let's get right into the video. So it's been about a week since the legal tampering period started. Washington has signed one player, and although free agency obviously is still going on, and I assume Washington's going to sign a few players in the next couple weeks, we are starting to transition to draft time because we're about a month away. All the pro days are happening, so things are starting to heat up. We're getting more and more rumors, and soon we're going to be at the draft. So more and more mock drafts are coming out, and I wanted to give you guys my reaction to a couple of them. So Mel Kiper has the Washington Commanders taking Derek Stingley Jr. at pick 11. Derek Stingley is a cornerback from LSU, and before I give you guys my opinion on it, let me just read you what Mel Kiper has to say. So circle April 6th on your calendar. That's when scouts will get the chance to see Stingley on the field for the first time since he injured his foot in September. He had surgery on the Liz Frank injury and didn't work out at the combine. It's a crucial day for a corner once viewed as a potential #1 overall pick. As a true freshman in 2019, he was one of LSU's best players on the way to its national title. Stingley has played in just 10 games over the past 2 seasons and has some inconsistent tape. I'm still betting on his upside, but he could drop if he doesn't test well. And then he also said Washington had major injury issues at corner last season and it could upgrade its unit with Stingley. And he also wouldn't rule out a receiver at 11. So they did have some injury issues, last year at corner. Torrey McTyer tore his ACL, and then William Jackson was in and out of the lineup, and Benjamin St. Juste played like 5 or 6 games. So this is definitely an interesting pick, and I think it is somewhat realistic because I think Derek Stingley could be there at 11. He definitely is like a top 3, top 5 talent for sure, like Mel Kiper said. After the 2019 season when LSU won the championship, everyone was saying how this guy no doubt is going to be the #1 corner when he comes out, and he's going to be one of the top picks in the draft. And he had a great freshman year, but after that he kind of fell off, whether it was because of injuries or lack of effort. He just wasn't the same player that he was in 2019, but the talent is still there, of course, but there are other questions for sure. So let's look at real quick his stats before I give you guys my thoughts on what I think his fit would be here. So 2019, you guys see the stats right there. 40 tackles, who cares about that? But 15 pass breakups, basically 6 interceptions. Those are crazy stats. And not only that, but he was locking people up. I think the stats are right here. Allowed a 34% completion percentage and a 23 QBR. So he was locking people up, and he was going up against the best receiver on every single team. So when you're doing that against the best receiver every single game you play, that is special. And getting 6 interceptions when teams are not really throwing to you, that's another really, really impressive thing. If you look at kind of his build, 6'1", 195 pounds, so that's solid for a cornerback, born in Louisiana, and I believe he's pretty young. He's got to be around 20 years old because he was 17, 18 in that freshman year. So the talent is still there for sure. And, if you're just going off of 2019 tape, he's probably one of the best corners in the last 10 years, kind of like a Jalen Ramsey type. But the last 2 years are concerning. I haven't watched any film on him, so I'm just giving you guys thoughts on what I hear from other people. They say that they see a lack of effort with him the last couple years. Sometimes he's letting up in tackles, not really going 100%. And some people said that's because of the injuries, kind of playing through injuries, which that's another issue. He's been dealing with injury issues the last couple years with the Liz Frank injury that knocked him out for a while. And yeah, also maybe there's some lack of motivation for him. I mean, yeah, he went from, in 2019, his first taste of college football. They are one of the best teams in college football history. They're undefeated. They win the national championship. He's a baller, and then everyone leaves. Jamar Chase it was also COVID year, so a lot of people opted out, and a lot of the top players left. Justin Jefferson, Sadiq Charles, Thaddeus Moss, Joe Burrow, Patrick Queen, a bunch of other guys as well. So I mean, he was kind of one of the only guys left. And I guess maybe that, he lost some of the motivation, and that's why his production's down. But a lot of that is concerning, maybe him losing motivation these last couple of years, and also the part of him kind of letting up sometimes on those tackles in games. But there is no doubt he is in my opinion, the most talented corner in this class. With the questions he has, though, I would probably have Sauce Gardner over him. But in terms of talent, Derek Stingley is the most talented corner in my opinion. And I mean, there's going to be a team that gets him, and if they can, put him together, if they can develop him, he's going to be one of the better corners in the NFL for a long time. I mean, you have to think, he was going up against Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson in practice every day, and he was probably doing pretty well against them. And in terms of where he fits in Washington, at 11, you can never have too many, great corners. Is it a huge need? No, I do not think corner, especially starting corner, is a huge need for us, but it is a very important position, and if you can get an elite guy at 11, you do it for sure, because I do think he's more talented than some of the receivers that are going to be there. And in this mock draft, Garrett Wilson was gone, who is my top receiver. So I think taking him here I would not be mad about it. I do want to go offense, though. But if we were picking, and we're picking at 11, Derek Stingley is definitely worthy of that number 11 pick. And then if you do that, then you're probably going to have William Jackson and Stingley on the outside, and then maybe Fuller on the inside. But Fuller was not very good in the slot last year. So that is going to be something that they're going to have to maneuver and then figure out. And then after that, you're going to have Benjamin St-Juste as a depth piece. And that is really, really good. That's really a really good corner room, especially if Derek Stingley, develops. We do not have a shutdown corner. We do not have a shutdown corner. We have not had a shutdown corner in a long time. There's very few shutdown corners in the NFL. And this guy right here has the ability to be a shutdown corner. So if we can properly develop him, I think it would be a good pick. But I think we also, though, need to surround Carson Wentz with some more talent on offense. So I think the best strategy would be trade back to maybe number 19 with the Steelers, and I think that's where they're picking, 19 or 20, and get some assets, take the best receiver available at 20 or 19, and you have some more assets to get other guys as well. So that's my number one scenario. But Stingley, Sauce Gardner, if they're available, I would take them for sure. And if this guy's available, I would 100% take him at 11. So Daniel Jeremiah, who was a former NFL scout, works for NFL Network now, he has the Washington Commanders selecting safety Kyle Hamilton at pick 11 in his third mock draft. I mean, a lot of people think Kyle Hamilton is one of the best players in this draft class, and I do not see him falling to 11. I mean, I really don't think so. But if he is there at 11, I would 100% take him. Really doesn't matter what player is there, in terms of offensive players, because free safety, unlike corner, still is a need because, Bobby McCain's okay. But, having Bobby McCain isn't going to stop me from taking an elite talent like Kyle Hamilton. He's one of the best safety prospects in years, and I think he's going to go top 5, top 7. So if he's here at 11, I take him because he definitely makes this defense better, is at a position of need, and you can, switch Bobby McCain into the slot if you need, and then you have William Jackson, Kendall Fuller, and then Bobby McCain in the slot, and you have him as some depth. If William Jackson goes down or Cameron Curl goes down, you can switch those guys up as well. So if he's there, I'm taking him for sure, but I'm not really for any player in this class. I'm not trading up because we do not, sure, we have assets to trade up if we really wanted to, but we don't have many, and if you trade up, you're really going to have no assets left, to fill out your roster. So I think, we should, if anything, trade down. And I really, really think we should try to trade down in this draft if there are suitors. Like if you look at teams behind us that could potentially draft a QB, the Eagles, no. The Saints at 18 could definitely take one, and then you look at the Steelers as well at 20. So those are two spots right there that you could trade with, that teams could, want to trade up until 11 to get a QB. I feel like that is a good spot to get that first, second QB on the board. And I'm trying to think of other teams that could potentially need QBs. I don't know if there's any other teams right here. Maybe the Lions could need a QB, but that's a big, that's a big drop off in picks going from 11 to 32. So they're going to have to give you a lot if you want to do that. And I think the Lions would rather just trade up to like 20 or something instead of going from 32 to 11. But we'll see. I want to hear from you guys what you guys think about both of these players, Derek Stingley and Kyle Hamilton. I think getting Derek Stingley is much more realistic at 11, but of course I like Kyle Hamilton much better because I think he's a better player, and there's no really concerns about his effort or that many injury issues, and he's at a bigger position of need. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and turn on those notifications so you never miss a video. And let's hope we get some more traction in free agency, some more action, because nothing's really happened so far except for signing Andrew Norwell. So thanks for watching. Peace.